We got a new reliable leak for Cerydra, and it does not tell us anything new. It just confirms again what we thought her kit would be, and it seems that she will be a very strong support. Cerydra will have a single target buff, which will allow the target to take an extra turn after they take action. This is different than 100% action advance, as it does not affect the action value and does not consume buff uptime. As we thought, this will be very valuable for Phainon depending on how often it takes effect. We know that buffs on Phainon lasts for his whole ultimate, so in the best case scenario he would double his amount of actions in his ultimate. Next to that, Cerydra plus Sunday plus Preservation Dan Heng will become the new HS or wheelchair combo. Wheelchair team is referring to a team of 3 which can slot in nearly any DPS and still perform great. Cerydra will further increase the value of action advance, as Sunday's 100% action advance will now immediately grant the target 2 turns. Furthermore, the leak says that it is likely that Cerydra will have a minor SP generation, so you won't run out of SP that fast with all those actions. The new Dan Heng is rumored to give its target a Mamo sprite, which in turn activates the extra 50% damage which Sunday will give with his skill. So, that is why the Cerydra, Sunday and Preservation Dan Heng are believed to be the new core for many DPS. Saber, for instance, would probably very much like this team. For Hypercarry Anaxa, this also seems to become his best in slot team, allowing him to spam a lot of skills in one cycle. For Phainon, we already expected this to be his best in slot team, and he will almost certainly benefit from Cerydra the most of all DPS. Remember when Rappa was released? There was an MOC which gave exo toughness bars to the enemies. A mechanic which synergizes greatly with Rappa's kit and allows her to deal a lot more damage. One patch later, Fugue was released which had that exact mechanic and is a perfect teammate for her. Well, in patch 3.4, we're getting a new apocalyptic shadow with a Flame Reaver who grants an extra turn to your teammates with his mechanics in order to shield Phainon. One patch later, we're getting Cerydra who has that same mechanic in her kit. I am really curious how often she will enable that extra turn, especially for Phainon. We also still don't know what the buff is which she gives. This leak says that she will give a zone which buffs. A zone is not a territory. I saw a lot of people confused in the Reddit comment section. A territory is what Phainon and Castoris have with their ultimate, and there can only exist one at a time. A zone is what Tribi activates with her ultimate and lasts for a couple of her turns. So Cerydra will have a zone which will buff something, but we do not know what. A lot of comments mention that she would be perfect for Archer, but that is very speculative. We don't know how much skill points she will generate, and Archer does not really want action advances or extra turns. Of course, you could use his normal turn to do a basic attack to generate 1 more SP, and then use his skills on the extra turn if you have enough SP. But it will depend fully on what other buffs Cerydra will give. The extra turn itself does not really help Archer, except for 1 extra skill point. So, that's it for today. I'm really excited as the V3 of the 3.4 beta will drop in a few hours. I will definitely cover the changes to both the new and buffed characters, especially for Phainon, Archer, and Silverwolf, which are my 3 most attention-grabbing characters for the next patch. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.